before we even start, I want you to understand the goal of RPR is not to eradicate the MLS. In fact, RPR needs the MLS to function properly. So, in doing some research, I was like, what is the history of the MLS? You know, the MLS goes back to the late 1800s, and I thought this was really funny. The first board of realtors were established as real estate exchanges, and on certain days they'd get together and gather and exchange information. You know, what do you have, Jenny? Ooh, I got a property over here. You know, they had pocket listings, right? You know where that term comes from? Because the list was in their pocket. They pulled it out. You were there, Albert, right? I'm just Greg Dunn told me about pocket listings, actually. But I want to show you my flow web of how, you know, what is the role here? So you've got your listing, and you can upload it directly to your own website, right? A lot of you do that. But you take your listing, and you load it to the MLS. And then let's just pretend that agreements haven't changed. This is historically what's happened. MLS sends it to Zillow or Realtor.com or ListHub. They actually send us a feed to our own company website, a RETS feed. They do that to some agent sites as well. So you send your information to MLS, pay for this feed. We know some of these entities were paying, aren't paying. We're not debating that today. But this is the role that MLS has played for disseminating information. ListHub, I want you to watch this slide, because in ListHub is a huge portal. And I couldn't get an image large enough. You know, ListHub, you can pay, and there's also, I think, postlets. You can upload your information to one site, and they disseminate it to hundreds of sites. Right? Everybody's familiar with ListHub? Okay. One of these spaces. RPR would receive their information from the MLS. Okay? You wouldn't be uploading your information directly to RPR. So you've got your listing, you put it on your site, you can send it directly to Zillow, right? Don't some of y'all do that? Yes. You can send it directly to Realtor.com. You can send it directly to a lot of sites. The point is, you don't need to spend a bunch of time sending your information to all these different sites. And that's one of the roles that MLS has played over time as technology has evolved, is try to understand where your information should be displayed so it benefits your seller and benefits our industry as a whole. And we know recently there's been some major debates about, should they do this? Should we give them our information? They're charging us ads. We're not debating that today. We're just talking about generally what has been happening. So why is it so difficult to access all the information you need to complete a market analysis?
You don't know where to find the information.
Okay, that's good.
You got to go to more than one site.
You got to go to tax records. You may have to call an appraiser. I know the CRS program has helped a lot, but that's been the biggest challenge, is if you're not in front of a computer, you're out with clients and you want to pull up information about that neighborhood, I promise you, you're not going to go to the Muskogee County Tax Assessor's Office, Q Public, and pull that up on your phone, are you? Has anybody ever tried to do that?
I have.
How fun was that?
It's actually not that bad.
It's gotten better.
Yeah.
But the point is, you should be able to.
Great.
It's not great. It could be better. All right? So you probably haven't heard of this term, but AVM, Automated Valuation Model. It's just a computer program that combines data such as assessed value for taxes, sales data to calculate value for property, and in some cases predict market trends. What is an AVM? Well, banks have been using them for years, right? Every time they pool mortgages together and package them, they're using AVMs to understand the value of that loan and that property. And we really didn't understand that until the whole foreclosure boom, because now all of a sudden they've got assets that they're actually going to own. They just looked at them on paper because they loaned money against it, but now they're having to take those in. So commercial banks and commercial entities have been using different sites for valuing property. An appraiser in Georgia may not use the same AVM as an appraiser in California, right? Because they're accessing different information. And appraisers, all the appraisers here aren't actually even members of, they don't have to be members of the board. They have their own separate database. Any of y'all ever talked to appraisers to try to get information that you can't find in MLS or the tax records? So they're commercial AVMs. There's only one AVM for our industry currently. Then you've got consumer AVMs, and you probably never thought about it this way, but what do people complain about the most?
Estimates.
That's an AVM, automated valuation model. That's all it is. It's an algorithm that's using certain types of data to come up with an estimate that is, what do y'all think an acceptable range is for an estimation of value? What percentage above and below?
8%.
That's what NAR says, 8%. 10%, Zillow used to be around 10. It's really not that far off. So they've gotten a lot better. And again, it is an automated valuation program. I'm going to show you their website. I was trying to embed this YouTube video. It's like 3 minutes long that gives you an overview. And the goal today is just to show you where you can learn more about RPR so that you can be more educated. But let's talk about RPR. RPR has some incredible reports. Market reports, seller reports. They have about 7 or 8 different reports. That's been another issue with conducting a market analysis, is you have all these different, and we can call them MLSs, we can call them AVMs, but you have different software companies working in different markets of the country, and it's very expensive for them to spend time to provide a template for their system so that you can print a fancy, impressive report. And I've researched CMA programs for the last 3 years, and none of those third-party CMA programs, they take a feed, if we go back to that slide, they take a feed from the MLS like we have to our website, and that's how you get a very attractive report looking. But because all these different MLSs have different types of feeds, it's not profitable for them to learn how to separate that data 300 times. So, RPR is working, it already has created a way to do that for all of the real estate agents, all the realtors. Internet is for consumers. And these consumer-facing AVMs have given them a lot of information. And what we have to have is a simple way to help them understand how that information affects them and can be relevant in their transaction. And whether or not that information is all 100% accurate, they're going to one place. That's why Zillow was set up for sellers primarily. They wanted to focus on sellers. Other sites have focused on buyers. We do not have one place we can go that focuses on real estate agents and realtors to help us do our job better. Let's see if this scrolls through. So, the benefits of RPR, again, I've pulled all of this information from a CE course I attended online as well as from the RPR websites. So this is not my personal opinion. I'm sharing with you information from RPR. Is you get the property data wherever you need it. At the beach, at the house, showing property, in the office. It's making the data accessible to agents, and then you being able to share that in a very easy to understand format with your clients that also is appealing for them to look through. So talk about they have listings, sales, you can do valuations, you can do market area reports, demographics. This is the website. It's blog.narrpr.com. They have some great videos on there, 2 or 3 minute videos explaining the different components of it. Because this is just another AVM. This is for real estate agents. It's for brokers. It's for MLSs, commercial agents. Oh, their goal is to make it easy for professionals in the real estate industry to be able to understand values of properties. And that's been really difficult. Al and Julie and I want to encourage y'all to learn more about RPR. You need to be informed about it. And before you ask why we don't have it, you need to learn more about it. And once you have, then talk to the board members at Columbus Board of Realtors, Phoenix City Board of Realtors, and ask them why we don't have it. And with anything we do, we've got to be leading our clients along the way. We don't need to be responding or debunking information they found online. We need to make it easier for us to do our job and have access to the information that we need to complete that in a timely manner. There is so much information out there, it's almost kind of debilitating at times.